Have you ever heard that one single question can make a woman feel desire, confusion, and even obsession? These aren't pickup lines or fake compliments. They're emotional tools, questions made with purpose to pass her defenses and reach her feelings. Most men try to talk about themselves, but you will do the opposite. You'll make her talk. That's where real connection begins. Machiavelli once said, "Power is not in what you say, but in what you make others reveal." Women bond emotionally with men who make them open up, not with men who only try to impress. These 10 questions sound simple, but they go deep. They awaken curiosity, desire, and a small sense of mystery that stays in her mind. This video isn't for guys who want quick tricks, it's for thinkers. Men who understand that real attraction is not about words, it's about feelings. When feelings take control, logic disappears. So listen carefully. If you use these questions in the right way, with calm energy and the right pauses, you'll be able to create what most men fail to do. Make her feel something she can't explain. These ideas don't come from modern dating advice. They come from the psychology of power, the secret game between emotion, influence, and desire. If this kind of knowledge interests you, if you want to understand the female mind in a deeper, more strategic way, then pay attention. Because what you'll learn here is something most people will never teach you. These are the 10 Machiavellian questions that can make a woman think about you again and again, even if she has other options. Let's begin. Most men fail in attraction because they ask boring questions. What's your job? Where are you from? Those are safe, but safety never creates desire. You are not here to be safe. You're here to be unforgettable. So let's start with the first question. Question 1. What kind of man is hardest for you to forget, even if he wasn't good for you? This question doesn't talk to her logic, it talks to her emotions. You're not asking about her ideal man, you're asking about the one who left a mark, the one she remembers because he made her feel something powerful. Almost every woman has met a man who wasn't right for her, but she still thinks of him. He made her feel alive, wanted, maybe confused, but unforgettable. When you ask this, she starts remembering that man. But because you're the one asking, she starts to link those feelings to you. You become the new emotional image inside her memory. That's psychological power. Don't judge her answers. Don't laugh. Don't try to give advice. Just listen calmly. If she says, "He was toxic," you can say softly, "That says a lot about you. I like how honest you are." This shows understanding, not judgment. Let her talk. Let silence do the work. Silence creates emotion. Look at her calmly. Don't interrupt. When she finishes, say something like, "I think I understand a lot more about you now." That one sentence connects you to her at a deep emotional level. You're no longer just another guy. Now, you're the one who saw her real side. Question 2. What's the most dangerous thing someone has ever awakened in you? This question opens a different door. It's not about memories. It's about hidden feelings. When you ask this, you're inviting her to talk about the wild, emotional, risky side of her personality. The part that feels danger but still wants more. Most people never ask her this, and that's why it works. When she hears it, she might pause and think, "No one's ever asked me that." And in that pause, her heart beats faster. You can say, "It's okay." Sometimes the dangerous things are also the most beautiful. That single line makes her feel safe and excited at the same time. Why? Because you're accepting her dark side without judgment. That's what creates real emotional attraction, the mix of danger and safety. After she answers, smile calmly and say, "I feel like you're hiding something even more dangerous." That small tease makes her curious about what you might awaken in her. And from that moment, she'll start wondering about you more than she realizes. Question 3. What signs does your body give when someone starts to attract you, but you don't want it to show? This question is pure emotional strategy. You're not asking about her mind, you're asking about her body, her hidden reactions. It's something almost no man ever asks. It makes her think about her own feelings, not yours. You're saying, without saying it directly, I can read what your body says even when your words lie. That makes her feel seen. When a woman feels deeply seen by a man who stays calm, confident and silent, she feels drawn to him. When you ask this, she might smile, look down, or touch her hair. That's the reaction you want. Don't act surprised or childish. Just smile slowly, with control, as if you already knew the answer. This moment isn't about words, it's about silent energy. Her body speaks before her mouth does. Once she answers, you can reply quietly. Interesting. You just did that right now. Then pause. That pause creates invisible tension, soft, subtle, and powerful. It's not about flirting loudly, it's about creating electricity in silence. Why does this question work so well? Because it connects her mind and body to you at the same time. She starts becoming more aware of every movement, every look, every breath. And each time she feels that awareness, she connects it to your presence. That's how subconscious attraction grows. Use this question only in a quiet, relaxed moment, maybe after a deep talk, a walk, or a drink when the energy is soft. It won't work by text or in a noisy place. It needs silence, eye contact, and calm. Once you've asked it, never rush the moment. Let her process it. From that point on, her body will start reacting every time she sees you, even when she tries not to. Question 4. What's your most secret weakness, the one only someone truly special could ever discover? This question sounds gentle, but it's a powerful emotional test. You're not asking for gossip. You're giving her a choice to trust you or not. That makes her feel something rare. Emotional intimacy. When you ask it with calm confidence, it tells her that you can handle her truth. She might say, I don't know if I should tell you. Perfect. Don't push. Smile softly and say, you don't have to. But now I'm curious. That single line creates tension. It puts you inside her imagination. She'll start wondering what you think her weakness is. The more she imagines, the stronger the bond becomes. This works because it mixes two feelings, safety and risk. She feels safe with you, but also a little exposed, and that emotional mix builds real connection. If she does answer, listen carefully. Don't give advice. Don't joke, just absorb it. Because in her words, you'll find clues. What makes her feel seen? What makes her open up? And what kind of energy she needs from you? By staying calm, you become the man who inspires honesty without forcing it. Most men try too hard to make women open up. You'll make her want to. That's real emotional control. Question 5. What does a man do that makes you feel in danger but you still can't stop wanting him? This one is deep. It goes to the heart of female desire. It's not about logic, it's about the emotional edge between fear and attraction. Every woman has felt it once, the magnetic pull towards someone who feels slightly dangerous but exciting. When you ask this, you're showing that you understand emotional tension. She'll start remembering moments of intensity, maybe even chaos. That's exactly what you want, because when she remembers, her body relives those emotions, and you're the one in front of her. Don't copy toxic men, just study her answer. For example, if she says, I like when a man doesn't need me but still chooses me, that's gold. She's revealing that independence with attention drives her wild. You can use that insight later, not to manipulate, but to understand. This question makes her feel something she can't easily describe. It's a mental game where you become both safe and unpredictable, calm and powerful. That's the kind of energy women can't forget. Question 6. What's the craziest thing you'd do if no one ever found out it was you? This question isn't about getting a shocking answer. It's about setting her imagination free. You're not asking her to confess. You're inviting her to imagine. And imagination is where attraction begins. When you ask this calmly, with a small smile, you're giving her emotional permission to step into her wild side without fear of judgment. Many times, she won't answer directly. She'll laugh, look away, or say, I can't tell you that. That's perfect. Because when she says that, it means she's thinking about it. She's already picturing something in her mind. And now you're part of that picture. That's the power of suggestion. You can softly reply, "You don't need to say it." Just the fact that you thought about it means we've already shared it. That line is not about words, it's about the connection it creates. It builds a small secret between you and her, even if nothing has been said. Psychologically, that secret becomes a link, a quiet, invisible bond. She'll start to associate you with freedom, curiosity, and risk, all emotions that make attraction grow stronger. Use this question when the mood is light, relaxed, and private. Maybe when she's laughing, when the conversation has already opened. Never force it. Let it appear naturally. The goal is not to get the answer, it's to make her imagine it, because once she does, she'll never forget the image she created with you in it. Question 7. How do you act when you're starting to fall for someone but don't want to admit it? This question looks soft, but it's very strategic. It makes her reflect on her emotions without realizing it. You're not asking if she's in love, you're asking how she hides it. That's clever because while she explains it, she starts remembering the moments she's done it before. If she already feels a spark for you, her brain connects those same reactions to you. You become the silent mirror of her hidden attraction. For example, if she says, "When I like someone, I usually act distant," you can smile lightly and say, "So if you ever start acting cold with me, I'll know why." That's a psychological trap in a gentle form. It makes her wonder if she's already doing it. It builds a subtle loop in a cheat sheet. Question 9. Has it ever happened that you feel drawn to someone and you don't even know why? This question sounds innocent, but it's one of the most powerful emotional traps. It makes her admit that attraction doesn't always follow logic. And the moment she agrees, you become part of that same mystery. When you ask it, don't rush. Speak slowly, with a calm voice. Let the silence stretch for a second before she answers. Her mind will immediately start searching for memories, moments when she felt something she couldn't explain. And if she already feels even a little spark for you, her brain will mix that memory with the present moment. She'll start to feel that same unexplainable pull toward you. If she says, "Yes, it happened once," you can smile softly and reply, "I think that kind of connection doesn't happen often, but when it does, it changes everything." That sentence makes her feel understood, like you felt the same thing. It creates instant emotional closeness. The secret here is not to talk too much. After her answer, pause. Let her feel the echo of what she just said. That silence becomes emotional tension. Later, when she's alone, she'll remember that moment again and again. She might not know why, but she'll keep thinking about you. That's how emotional obsession begins, not through force, but through subtle association. Question 10. What kind of man makes you feel completely safe to be yourself, but still keeps you excited? This final question is the combination of all the others. It connects comfort with desire, safety with thrill. When you ask this, you're showing her that you understand something most men never do. Women want both. They want to feel protected and free at the same time. They want a man who can give calm energy but still spark chaos inside them. When you ask this gently, you make her describe her ideal emotional space. And once she describes it, her subconscious starts to link it to you because you were the one who made her define it. That's how influence works. For example, if she says, "I like when a man makes me feel calm but never bored," you can reply, "Nah, that balance is rare. I like that you value both sides." With that line, you become the man who gets her complexity. You're not trying to please her, you're reflecting her. This builds trust mixed with excitement, exactly what creates deep attraction. Now here's something most people don't know. These 10 questions don't work because of the words. They work because of how you say them. Your tone, your timing, your silence, all of that is part of the message. The secret weapon isn't the question, it's your presence. When you stay calm, confident, and slightly mysterious, she feels something she can't name. That's the emotional space where attraction lives. If you ever try these questions, remember this rule. Never use them like a trick. They only work when your energy is real. You must genuinely want to understand her, not manipulate her. Women can feel the difference instantly. When you're calm and sincere, these questions become doors to deep conversations. They make her feel safe enough to open her emotions, but curious enough to stay on edge. That's the perfect balance between logic and emotion, between security and mystery. Every question here builds on the last. Each one takes her deeper, first into memory, then emotion, then imagination, and finally into self-discovery. By the end, you're not just someone she talks to, you're the man who made her feel something rare. And in a world full of men who only talk, that's unforgettable. When you master the art of asking the right questions, you stop chasing attraction and start creating it. Most people talk to fill silence, but the truly magnetic ones use silence as part of their language. Every pause becomes tension. Every question becomes an emotional mirror. Women are not drawn to answers, they're drawn to curiosity. Because curiosity means attention. When you ask her something real, something that makes her stop and think, you're telling her, I see you. Not your looks, not your surface, but you. That's rare, and that's what makes you stand out. These 10 questions are not lines, they're tools. Each one bypasses logic and goes straight to emotion. They work because they activate her imagination, her memory, and her vulnerability all at once. That combination is what creates obsession, not the kind that feels forced or desperate, but the kind that grows quietly, deep inside her. She'll start remembering your voice at random moments. A song, a phrase, a thought. Anything can trigger it. And when that happens, it's not about what you said, it's about how you made her feel. But remember this truth. Emotional influence without integrity becomes manipulation. Machiavelli once said that power without control destroys itself. The same rule applies here. Your power is not in making her feel weak, it's in making her feel alive. When you use these questions, do it with respect. Don't rush the connection, let it breathe. The slower the build, the deeper the bond. Fast attraction fades fast, slow attraction sinks into the mind. That's how real psychological seduction works. It's not about words, it's about energy. When you talk calmly, when you listen carefully, when you stay grounded, you become the rarest type of man, the one who doesn't chase emotions, but evokes them. So next time you're talking to a woman, stop thinking about impressing her. Start thinking about understanding her. Instead of trying to be the most interesting man in the room, be the most interested. The questions in this video aren't meant to control her, they're meant to awaken her. They help her reveal sides of herself that she rarely shows anyone. And when someone feels seen like that, attraction becomes inevitable. You won't need to convince her, she'll convince herself. Now here's the final secret, the most forbidden truth of all. Women don't fall for what you say, they fall for how they feel when they say it to you. If she feels safe, curious, and slightly nervous all at once, she's already emotionally invested. That's the invisible line between connection and desire. Master that space, and you'll never need to ask for attraction again. It will come to you naturally, because when a woman feels that emotional chemistry with you, she won't just remember your words, she'll replay your presence, she'll crave the calm you bring and the tension you create. That's the psychology of deep attraction, the art of quiet power. Use it wisely. Soft outro music fades in. You've just learned the 10 questions that can turn a simple conversation into a deep, unforgettable bond. If you want to learn how to build that presence, the kind that pulls people in without trying, watch the next episode, The Silent Signals That Make Her Chase You. Until then, stay calm, stay sharp, and remember, real power is never loud. It's quiet, controlled, and unforgettable. When you master the art of asking the right questions, you stop chasing attraction and start creating it. Most people talk to fill silence, but the truly magnetic ones use silence as part of their language. Every pause becomes tension. Every question becomes an emotional mirror. Women are not drawn to answers, they're drawn to curiosity. Because curiosity means attention. When you ask her something real, something that makes her stop and think. You're telling her, I see you. Not your looks, not your surface, but you. That's rare, and that's what makes you stand out. These 10 questions are not lines, they're tools. Each one bypasses logic and goes straight to emotion.